Hi everyone, I'm Smriti. I'm a head coach with Leverage Edu, and Leverage Edu is India's most trusted and best university admission service. And we provide you end to end services right from making you understand which college is the best for you and helping you settle down in the country of your dream and of your choice. So you should visit leverageedu.com and get a free consultation. And yeah, so today we're discussing one of the most frequently asked questions. And this is a question that every undergraduate faces at some point or the other. And that is going to be education versus experience. What should be your first preference? For millions of undergraduates all across the world, and this is not a phenomenon which is restricted to only India, or the education landscape within India. This is something that everyone struggles with all across the world, which is that at the end of your undergraduate life, do you go ahead and get into the job market, try to find a job which fits in your preferences, which fits in your skill set, or do you go ahead and upskill yourself more, not through a job or not through hands on training, but through further education, further specialized education? Do you enter the job market immediately and focus on gathering as much experience as you can, or you go for higher education? Some of the questions that at that point of time go in the minds of students are that will higher education give me an edge in the job market? Is that unnecessary? Will having names or tags of employers attached to my resume give me an edge and help me build a better career? Then again, if you choose to pursue higher education, the question becomes, what should you specialize in? Like, do you go ahead and do a professional degree? Do you go ahead and do a research-oriented degree? Do you go ahead and do something which is purely academic? Or and also another question, which is that do you apply in India? Do you apply to a foreign university? These are very pertinent questions that one has to face within their careers and when they're starting out their careers, which they need to have some clarity on. So, what a lot of graduates want to do is that sometimes, and you might have met a lot of people who just want to get into the market, right? They want to see what the market's like, they want to see what the jobs are like, and they kind of want to climb up the career ladder as fast as they can, because when you're 21, when you're just right out of college, you have a lot of energy and you want to just scale up the ladder, be the next CEO, and that's what you're trying to think. And you think that getting right into a job at that point of time will give you that edge, and you want to gather all the practical work skills, all the technical skills that you can at that point of time, and that becomes the focus of where your energy goes on. And in the highly competitive and growing job market, what they want to do is they want to distinguish themselves. And everything is moving at a fast pace. So most of the graduates don't want to be left behind. While they have to compete with so many other people, they believe that having an edge over when you start and starting a little early can help you gather that 1 or 2 years of experience, which can make you competitive within the other market, like within that market. On the other hand, you might have met people who feel like higher education will give them better knowledge and will also help them, upskill themselves in a more fine way, which will then help them figure out the relevant jobs because when they actually enter the market. So they feel that they'll be able to specialize, so they won't waste any time in doing jobs which are really not to their liking, which sometimes a lot of people end up doing when they just enter the market right out of undergraduation. Because to understand what your niche is, to understand where you actually want to build a career, actually needs a lot of explanation, needs a lot of time, needs you to be able to understand a lot of trends within the market. So these are both the kind of people. One believes that being in the job market is going to, add an edge and give them some extra years to build their profile and career and place them at an edge over people who, pursue higher education. But the ones who pursue higher education believe that, in the job that they then take up, their performance will be better because they have a better understanding, they have better knowledge, they have better skills. But the reality is not so black and white. There are a lot of variables that play over here, And all of these variables help to make you understand and make you decide if you should prefer education and if you should prefer experience. Every individual's trajectory, every individual's educational trajectory and career trajectory is unique. And therefore, we have to take everything within here with a pinch of salt, because this is not a roadmap that you do this, you do that, and you'll get here and you'll get there, because that is something that can never be devised, right? But this is just to make you understand that there are certain factors which you should consider when you are in this dilemma, right? So I'm going to talk about the benefits of both. What does preferring education do, and what does preferring experience do for you? So when we talk about preferring education, we have to understand what is the value of a degree. There are a lot of jobs that are skill based these days, and there's a lot of talk around how degrees have become useless and degrees are not any longer relevant, and there'll be a time when people will just be judging each other on skills. But unfortunately, we aren't in the market yet. In the market that we are in right now, a degree matters. And a degree from a premium institution has a signaling value to the employers, because more often than not, it's your degree that's used to filter people out. Because in a landscape wherein everyone has a graduate degree, right? Nobody has job experience. How do you determine who's skilled, who's less skilled? Therefore, you see what's the next best alternative. The next best is to see who has a postgraduate degree. And among those, then you select certain people who have postgraduate degrees as an employer. So from the employer's perspective, judging skills without experience becomes a little difficult. Even with experience, judging skills is a little difficult to verify, but especially without experience, and this is talking about undergraduate jobs, undergraduate level jobs, from an employer's perspective, it is very difficult to make that choice. And therefore, your degree signals your value and becomes a filter. And that's what, it's the most visible part of your education, right? Your certificate, you have a certificate which is saying that you have this degree from this institution. Skills can only be displayed, and skills can be displayed after you get that job. So to get that job, it's important, it becomes sometime important for you to have that degree, right? Now let's talk about experience. So if you have worked in a particular field for a particular, for a number of years, maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years, because you were very sure that this is the field that you want to carve out your career in, and you've been working on creating, probably, let's take an example of technology. So you've been working on creating apps, you've been working on developing websites, developing softwares, and you have people who can vouch for your work experience. Your clients are very happy with the work that you have done. You have somebody who can vouch for your skill set. At that point of time, your skill set and your experience holds more value. And therefore, if there is someone if you are applying with someone who has a master's degree within that particular subject to a role which demands you to display the skills that you've already displayed, then you will be admitted. Therefore, experience also does a lot. It teaches you a lot of things. It makes you understand what different job profiles are actually like, because a lot of jobs are very different from what people imagine them to be, right? If people have ideas, they have perceptions about how a certain role is going to look like. But it's actually when you start working that you realize that it might be different. And that's what experience does to you. It creates that nuance in your understanding and perspective and makes you realize that the reality might be different, but this is the reality, and helps you understand where you actually want to go. And this will not come unless you are in the market, right? How many ever degrees you have, how many ever years of education you have, you will not be able to understand the work that you want to do unless you get to working, right? So there are many variables in play over here. And we can both actually compare higher education and job experience as two tips of the scale. And these two tips of the scale, and comparing them, which one has more weight, which one doesn't, is actually very, very tricky, because there's no absolute metric to calculate the better option. It depends on you as an individual, where you are right now in terms of your understanding of yourself, in terms of the understanding of your career, and in terms of your career goals, right? Now certain arguments that go about when we have this discussion with anyone. The first argument is the idea that a higher degree guarantees a particular skill set, which can then be translated into work skills. And this is something which is true, that a higher degree, depending on what kind of degree that you're doing, depending on if it's a professional degree, if it's a research degree, if it's an academic degree, will give you a particular skill set. For example, if we talk about the MBA makes you understand quantitative analysis. The MBA makes you understand case studies. The MBA makes you understand strategy, makes you understand how to make business decisions and how to effectively take become an administrative personnel within a business. And therefore, there are higher degrees which will give you particular skill sets that you can then, apply into the jobs that you will further be doing. But that is not to say that these skills cannot be acquired while on the job. So if you're doing a job wherein you are managing multiple verticals, wherein you're responsible for delegating work, you're responsible for making strategy decisions, you will pick those things up. But more often than not, when you've just started out, it is little difficult for you to be able to get all of those skills within the first experience. But there are a few lucky people out there who are able to, get that kind of experience. So it is true that a higher degree guarantees you a particular skill set, but it depends on what kind of skill set you are seeking. If it can be developed only through a higher degree, then you should then go ahead for higher education. If it is something that you can develop out of the work experience or of your own volition, then you should do that. The second is that success in hands-on work is more valuable than success in higher education. And that is kind of something which is not true, because success in both matters, right? Success in higher education, if you're talking about holistic higher education, then talks about certain values that an individual possesses. It talks about an individual being very motivated, being very committed. But it is true that hands-on work, when you are in a company and when you're doing that kind of work, the stakes are high. And therefore, if you're able to display success within hands-on work, it is great. The third would be that work experience doesn't necessarily provide the exact skills that you need for the future jobs that you have in mind. And this is true. As I was talking about work experience being very different and jobs in reality being very different from as you envision them to be, it is possible that even if you worked for a while, your experience hasn't provided you certain skills, and that gap can then be plugged to higher education. The timing matters actually. How much time is needed to obtain the degree? And for certain degrees, what also matters is the time during which you're doing that degree, right? It needs to be taken into account. So if you're obtaining a degree in technology in a very niche field, if you don't have relevant work experience, it can become, there is a high possibility that it becomes obsolete after a time, because you can see how technology has evolved. Languages and technology which were in use 5 years back are no longer in use. And there are multiple tools which have come up. So therefore, relevant work experience here becomes important. And knowing the languages which are in use right now becomes much more important than having a master's degree that you did like 5 years back or 10 years back, right? So things change rapidly. But if we talk about degree, like a law degree, things will not change that much, because yes, law is dynamic, but the basic structure remains the same. So therefore, that degree will still have value and will not become obsolete if you're looking out for a job. So therefore, the field also becomes important in this discussion of education versus experience. Now let's talk about what you get with experience, right? You get skills, you get a picture of the real world, how things function, what the job you want looks like. You get exposure to different types of streams of work, different types of people, the kind of lives they lead, the kind of work that you do, right? And that's extremely, extremely important for you to actually be able to understand where you want to go, right? Because what happens a lot of time, and especially this happens within the Indian education system, is that we don't have that kind of exposure. If you went to a college wherein you had the opportunity to do a lot of internships and you did apprenticeships and you did get exposure to the job market when you were in your undergraduation, you would be at a better position to make the decision of the kind of job that you wanted to do than a person who was in a college which did not give that kind of exposure. And unfortunately, a majority of our colleges don't give that kind of exposure. So working for some time becomes that exposure, and then that helps you channelize your whole career, right? Now, someone with experience with no formal degree could also be favored for certain, jobs. But then what is also important to consider is that they might have a problem to advance professionally, because to get to a senior level position or to get to a middle level executive position, people prefer people who have degrees even if they don't have that work experience, right? And on the other hand, if you look at the other side of it, a college graduate with the best education but only book smarts and no street smarts would be lost while working, right? So these are two sides of the coin that you actually have to weigh for yourself, right? Which side are you in? Are you street smart? If you are, then you go for education. If you have if you have the knowledge, but you're not street smart, then go for work experience. Get those street smarts, and then go ahead and get into the career that you want. So it's not about both of them. Were like it's actually not education versus experience. It is actually education and experience, because both of them are not mutually exclusive. They go hand in hand in charting out someone's personal growth trajectory and career trajectory, right? And what employers value more, they value them both, right? On so for certain positions, they value some things more than the other. For certain positions, they value something more than the other. But for the most part, career-minded individuals who are very ambitious have to strive for a balance between both, right? And the corporate landscape is getting more and more competitive, and employers want people who are exceptionally talented and they have demonstrated ability both in education, and they're looking for a complete package. So they want experience as well. So solid educational credentials and some real world experience stands a better chance of making the cut. The decision of when to get into education, when to acquire experience, is totally yours. It is possible for you as an undergraduate to work for 3 years, 2 years, then go for post graduation. That can, get you a good job. It is also possible for you as an undergraduate to get a lot of internships, explore, do your post graduation, and then finally settle down in your career and get a job. So that distinction is not going to, or doing your undergrad, post grad right after undergrad, doing it 2 3 years later than your undergrad, will not place you at a disadvantage in your career, right? Because the career is very long, like we're imagining 40 years, 45 years, and therefore it balances out. So by the time you're in your career 5 years, it doesn't matter uh, if you pursued education first, experience later, or if you pursued experience first, education later. It depends on your circumstances. It depends on what works best for you. It depends on your understanding. And it's a purely subjective decision that you have to, take. So for an employer, a college graduate is a person who has an academic record, like proven academic record, and has been exposed to a stimulating environment. So they are going to be wanting you to be familiar with different roles. They are wanting you to be familiar with different ideas, and they will want that this person brings to the table everything that they have learned throughout this. But employers also want real world experience. They want you to be able to handle the stress. They want you to be able to put your education to use, because having an education and not putting it to use is something that doesn't really work out. Therefore, in this education versus experience debate, there are a lot of things to be said, right? And there are a lot of things to be considered. But what is important is to understand where you are at right now, where you want to be, and taking that course in mind, figure out what you're lacking, right? If you have the education, Then, like if you have a good undergrad education, then get experience. Later, think about post-graduation experience or higher education experience, higher education. If you don't have the experience, right? Sorry, if you don't have the education, if you have a weak undergraduate education, think about higher education. Think about making yourself that intellectual person, making yourself that asset that companies want, and then go for experience. So I think that's mostly about it. And this is a question that we get a lot. And I hope that this answered some of your queries. If for people who have missed this out here today on Facebook, you can always check it out on Leverage TV, YouTube, and leverageedu.com as well. Leverage Edu has also started India's largest study abroad scholarship worth 5 crores. So if you're somebody who has an admit from a university abroad, do apply to our scholarship. It's a very simple process. You just have to submit a simple essay on leverageedu.com and trust us with your education. If you dream of an education abroad, do contact us for a first free consultation on leverageedu.com and we will help you with everything. Thank you, everyone.